Welcome to Pod Studio, level up your fluency from trending topics. Today we are going to talk about Meta AI integration and privacy in WhatsApp.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, so you sent us a whole bunch of sources about something pretty significant happening in our digital lives, right?
Yeah, it's the integration of Meta AI directly inside WhatsApp. We're talking about adding, advanced AI into our private end-to-end encrypted chats.
Which is a big deal.
It really is. It fundamentally changes WhatsApp, doesn't it? From just communication to, like a productivity tool, a creative space, even a knowledge base, all AI-powered.
So what's our mission today? There's a lot of promotional stuff in these 2025 sources.
Exactly. So our mission is super focused. We need to cut through that marketing language and just pull out the core functions. What does it actually do for you? And crucially, how do they claim it keeps things private? We're aiming for that comprehensive shortcut.
Got it. Okay, let's start with the basic utility, the getting things done part. They say it makes the experience even better, helps with anything. Text or voice, apparently.
Right. And what's interesting, I think, is it goes beyond just, answering simple questions. It gets into group stuff like logistics, coordination.
Yeah, the classic group chat nightmare.
Totally. They give examples like maybe solving a quick math problem right there in the chat, no need to open another app. Or, and this is a good one, helping the group finally agree on a restaurant.
Huh. An AI mediator.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
It uses the context of the chat to help solve those real-world group problems.
The coordination piece is genuinely useful.
Yeah.
But okay, the thing that really jumped out at me from the sources, and I think anyone drowning in group chats will get this, is the time-saving bit.
Oh, yeah. Which part?
You open WhatsApp, see like 300 unread messages in a chat, and just, nope, close it again.
Uh-huh. That exact feeling. That's what they're targeting. The big efficiency boost they talk about is Meta AI summarizing all those unread messages for you.
Seriously, it just boils it down.
That's the claim. It supposedly filters out all the noise, the side chats, the arguments,
Yeah.
and just gives you the key points, the decisions made.
Wow. Okay, so if I'm like planning something big in a group chat, disappear for a day or two.
You come back, and instead of scrolling endlessly, you just ask the AI, hey, what did we actually decide? Or what are the action items? Something like that.
That could actually make some group chats usable again.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed to let you jump back in without the digital archaeology dig. And it's not just about the chat itself. You can ask it about anything, right? Researching a vacation, or maybe even getting help writing a tricky message, finding the just the right words.
Contextual knowledge right there when you need it. Okay.
Yeah.
So pillar one, utility, productivity boost. Let's pivot. The second big thing they pushed was creativity. Create what you imagine.
Right. This is the visual side. It's not just text anymore. It's about, making and changing images.
Like photo editing.
Yeah, editing photos you're about to share
Yeah.
right in the moment. The sources talk about asking the AI to, say, add a different background or maybe remove something annoying in the photo.
That person who walked into the perfect shot.
Exactly. Or even making the photo look totally different, like turning it into an illustration or a painting.
Okay, so pretty advanced editing, just using text commands inside WhatsApp. That's quite something. What about making images from scratch?
That's the next level they describe. Generating totally new AI images specifically for WhatsApp. Like, maybe you need a funny new icon for your group chat based on an inside joke.
Or a background for a video call?
Yeah, or just an image to send directly in the chat. It's about personalizing the whole communication space with AI-generated visuals.
And this is where it gets a bit wild.
Mm-hmm.
The sources mentioned something about uploading a selfie. Create a new look.
Ah, yeah. The personalized imagination feature. That's what they call it. You can apparently upload your selfie and then ask the AI to imagine you in, basically any scenario.
Like as an astronaut. Or wearing historical clothes.
Pretty much, whatever you can think of. And then, boom, share it straight into the group chat. It's turning your own photos into this instant, kind of fun, shareable content. A clever way to get personal data into the creative mix, maybe.
Yeah. And speaking of personal data, selfies, summarizing potentially very private message threads. We absolutely have to hit the third pillar. Privacy. How do they claim this is safe? Especially given, the history.
Right, that's the massive question mark, isn't it? And look, the sources we have are their promotional materials, so we need to be clear about that. It's their promise.
Okay, so what is the promise?
They're very explicit about the safety framework. They start by saying the basics haven't changed. Personal messages, calls, still end-to-end encrypted. That's the baseline.
Okay, standard WhatsApp encryption. But for the AI to summarize my messages, It has to see them somehow.
Mm.
Encryption usually stops that.
Mm.
So how does Meta guarantee they aren't reading my summarized chat?
That is the absolute crux of it. And this is where they bring in the key term repeated over and over: private processing technology.
Private processing technology.
Sounds
Protective.
It's meant to.
Yeah.
They emphasize user control, saying you choose when to use the AI. But for those features that need message content, like the summaries, this private processing is supposedly the magic shield.
Okay, but private processing could mean anything. I need to unpack that. What do the sources actually claim this technology does, conceptually?
Conceptually, the promise is this. It allows the Meta AI model to do its work, generate that summary, for example, without Meta or WhatsApp being able to decrypt and read the original messages themselves.
Right, so the AI gets the meaning or the summary points, but the parent company doesn't get the raw message content. Is that the idea?
That's the core claim. They're deliberately vague on the exact cryptographic method. Is it happening on the device? Is it some kind of advanced encryption like homomorphic? They don't specify in this material.
But the promise is processing without reading.
Precisely. They're basically saying, look, we know you want these cool AI features, but we also know you don't trust us with your private chats.
Oh.
So we built this special private processing layer to give you both.
The entire thing hinges on whether people actually believe that private processing works as advertised.
Absolutely. It's a huge gamble on regaining trust through technology. If they can actually pull off useful AI on encrypted data without compromising the encryption's promise, that changes the game.
It sets a completely new standard for privacy expectations in communication apps, doesn't it?
It really does. They're betting the farm on this tech to overcome that historical distrust. You can see it in how they frame it in the sources.
Okay, before we wrap the core features, let's touch on the fourth bit, the knowledge stuff. Learning. Important for the curious user. The AI isn't just text-based.
Right. It becomes multimodal. It uses your camera, too. The learn from your photos feature, meaning you can, say, snap a picture of something you see in the real world.
Like a weird plant in the park.
Exactly. Snap a photo, ask the AI, what is this? And it tells you. Instant info lookup based on an image.
Or you mentioned math problems earlier.
Yeah. Or maybe you take a picture of a complex diagram or like equations on a whiteboard and ask the AI to help explain the concept. It connects the AI assistant directly to your physical surroundings through the camera.
That's pretty handy. It weaves the AI into your actual life, not just your chat window.
Yeah, it ties the utility, the learning, maybe even the creative stuff together through that single interface. Text, voice, images.
Okay, so let's pull back and look at the whole picture then. We've got practical help coordination summaries. We've got visual creativity, editing, generation, even using selfies. And underpinning it all is this major claim about safety through private processing technology.
That's the package. You see Meta trying to offer really compelling, useful features, some of which inherently need access to sensitive data like message content.
And balancing that against this specific technical-sounding promise private processing to assure users that privacy isn't being sacrificed.
Right. They're selling convenience and advanced features, banking on this currently unverified security mechanism to make it palatable.
It's a high-wire act, asking for a lot of trust in a new layer of tech handling our most private stuff.
It is, and that leads directly to the question we should leave our listeners with, based on what these sources are claiming.
Okay, what's the takeaway thought?
Well, thinking about this specific model they're proposing, AI processing your end-to-end encrypted messages, supposedly without Meta reading them, using this private processing, how does that fundamentally reshape your expectations around privacy? And maybe more importantly, how does it affect your willingness to actually use these kinds of powerful features in the communication tools you rely on every day?
That's definitely something to chew on. A big shift in the privacy utility trade-off, potentially. Thank you for breaking that down. And thanks to you for joining us on this deep dive. As always, we encourage you to check out the source material yourselves.